Welcome to Starship TV's audio movie review of the film Sahara. Overview. The movie Sahara was released in theaters in the year 1943. It is a World War II drama produced by Columbia Pictures, directed by Zoltan Korda, and starring Humphrey Bogart in one of his strongest wartime roles. The film combines action, suspense, and moral conflict into a gritty portrayal of survival and resistance in the North African desert during the Western Desert Campaign of World War II. Main cast and characters. Humphrey Bogart as Sergeant Joe Gunn, the tough, resourceful commander of a U.S. tank. Bruce Bennett as Waco Hoyt, Gunn's loyal tank crewman. J. Carroll Naish as Giuseppe, a captured Italian soldier who reveals hidden depths. Dan Duryea as Jimmy Doyle, the radio operator in the tank. Rex Ingram as Tambul, a Sudanese sergeant in the Free French Army. Lloyd Bridges as Fred Clarkson, a wounded British soldier. Kurt Kreuger as Major von Falken, the ruthless German commander. Louis Mercier, Carl Harbord, and Richard Nugent in supporting roles. Director and studio. Directed by Zoltan Korda, a Hungarian-born filmmaker known for his adventurous and humanistic war dramas, Sahara was produced and released by Columbia Pictures. The screenplay was adapted by John Howard Lawson from a story by Philip MacDonald and James O'Donnell Bennett. Plot summary. Set in the arid deserts of Libya during World War II, the story follows Sergeant Joe Gunn, an American tank commander, whose crew becomes stranded during a retreat after the fall of Tobruk. While navigating the vast Sahara Desert in search of water and safety, they pick up a collection of Allied stragglers and even a captured Italian soldier. They eventually reach a desolate desert outpost with a dried-up well, where they must defend their position against overwhelming German forces who also seek the well's precious, albeit limited, water supply. Through cunning, bravery, and unity among different nationalities, the group stages a desperate defense, turning a hopeless situation into a moral and strategic victory. Interesting facts about the film. Inspiration. The story was inspired in part by the 1936 Soviet film The 13, which had a similar desert siege plot. Realism. The U.S. Army cooperated with the film, lending military gear and vehicles to improve realism. Accolades. J. Carroll Naish earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Scene-by-scene synopsis. Opening scenes. The fall of Tobruk. Sergeant Joe Gunn and his M3 Lee tank Lulubelle retreat from Tobruk, with crewmen Waco and Doyle. Gathering survivors, they encounter various Allied soldiers, British, French, Sudanese, and an Italian POW named Giuseppe, and form a ragtag group crossing the desert. Desert journey. March toward survival, the group battles extreme heat and thirst. Tensions rise due to lack of water and conflicting nationalities. Tambul joins. A Free French Sudanese sergeant named Tambul leads them to a possible water source, a dry desert fort called Bir Akroma. The fort and the siege. Reaching Bir Akroma, the well contains only a few drops of water. The group pretends there's more to lure approaching German troops. Preparing defense, the small group sets traps and ambushes in the old fort while conserving water and planning resistance. German arrival. Confrontation with Major von Falken. The Germans arrive in large numbers, believing the well is fully functioning. Gunn refuses to surrender. Psychological warfare. Gunn bluffs the enemy by pretending they have enough water to last for days and that reinforcements are coming. Final battle. Intense skirmishes, gunfire and sandstorms rage as the Allies hold off wave after wave of German assaults. Sacrifices made. Tambul and others sacrifice themselves to defend the fort. Turning point. With their water depleted and men exhausted, the Germans eventually surrender under the false impression that they're outnumbered and outgunned. Resolution. Reinforcements arrive. Allied planes finally arrive. Gunn reveals the water was almost gone, making the Germans' surrender even more astonishing. Unity celebrated. The film ends with survivors honoring those who died, reinforcing themes of Allied cooperation and sacrifice. You're watching Starship TV. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Conclusion and review. Sahara is a powerful wartime drama that explores not only the brutality of war, but also the human capacity for endurance, unity, and moral strength. The film's tight script, strong performances, especially by Bogart and Naish, and intelligent direction elevate it above standard warfare of the era. Starship TV gives this a 4.5 stars out of 5-star rating. A compelling classic of wartime cinema that holds up as both a thrilling narrative and a call for unity in time.